I'm literally lost for words knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person, which is interesting since she's been.
He didn't pay some bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for what I said.
Angel Reese just proved that Chief isn't a personality trait. It's a lifestyle choice, and she's owning it with a vengeance in the off-season from basketball. She decided that a few extra bucks were worth completely destroying her image, so she pursued a bold career.
I'm a beautiful girl. Like, I'm a beautiful woman. I've been posting pictures in my bikini. I got a nice body and I work hard for it. And if I want to post a picture in my bikini, I should be able to without being sexualized.
Well, from the beginning, it's been obvious that fame and money were her top priorities, no matter where they came from last night. She was spotted at a strip club, with Cardi B finalizing some bold modeling contract that left everyone speechless for all the wrong reasons. I've got all the messy details, so let's get straight to it. And it's almost painful to think about how far Angel Reese has fallen, especially considering she was once the golden child of women's basketball. Back in the day, her name was everywhere. Hyped as one of the wnba's most promising stars, she had it all: raw talent, charisma, and the kind of potential that made people whisper words like legend. She was even compared to Caitlin Clark, another rising star, with a ridiculous work ethic and a laser-focused drive. For a while, it seemed like Reese and Clark were poised to be the faces of the league, pushing boundaries and elevating women's basketball to new heights. But well, that didn't last long. While Clark was grinding through training sessions and building her reputation as a community hero, Reese was busy doing something else. Yeah, she had her eyes set on fame and money loud and clear, and if there was any confusion, she cleared it up herself with public comments about how the wnba salary structure just didn't fit the luxury lifestyle she had in mind. Fair enough, everyone's entitled to their opinions, but instead of using her talent to prove her worth, she started exploring shortcuts.
Paths that promised fast fame and quicker cash. Her social media?
She said she don't like me, but she love me, girl. Knock it off. All these just made. Y'all ready to tell me. These are denim tears. I'm sexy dancing in the house.
Oh, it flipped the script entirely. What used to be packed with basketball highlights and game updates turned into a runway for bold photo shoots and carefully curated posts that had little to do with the sport that put her on the map. Fans who followed her for the love of the game were left scratching their heads, as Reese seemed more interested in flaunting her off-court endeavors than celebrating her on-court success.
Role model.
But they saw what was going on with Angel Reese and how committed, for lack of a better word, Teresa Weatherspoon was to Angel Reese and this ridiculous.
And honestly, it didn't take long for people to notice that her priorities were no longer in line with basketball. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was out there, doing what Reese once had the potential to do. Clark kept her focus locked on the game, grinding away in training, setting records, and winning over fans with her dedication. When she wasn't dominating on the court, she was working with community, showing up for events, and solidifying her image as a role model for young athletes.
But teammates and your team has eyes. They can see what we can see. They may not get in front of the microphone and say it. She's with the Chicago Sun-Times, and she recently reported that Weatherspoon was tailoring the Sky's game around one or two players, led to some serious dysfunction.
Reese, on the other hand, leaned hard into her controversial new persona, with each headline about her latest modeling gig or bold Instagram post serving as another reminder of how far she'd strayed from the game. Angel Reese's transformation from basketball sensation to headline-grabbing controversies magnet hit its peak with her infamous night out at a Miami strip club on December 14, 2024. Reese was caught on camera partying with Cardi B, the queen of pop culture.
around me, try dodge bullets. Around me, I twin sisters. Whipping off a key, try dodge prison. Traveling in the street, and some more jealous. Pay attorney fees with that guard.
And when I say partying, I mean throwing stacks of cash like it was Monopoly money and fully immersing herself in a scene that couldn't be further from the basketball court. The videos and photos spread like wildfire on social media, leaving fans and critics in a state of disbelief. How does someone get from being a role model for young athletes to turning up at a strip club like it's her new full-time gig? Well, Angel Reese seems to have found a way. This wasn't just about living it up Miami style, though, oh no. There was a method to the madness. Reports suggest Ree used this wild night out as a networking event, because what better place to solidify your modeling career than under neon lights with Cardi B as your hype? Apparently Cardi played the role of connector, introducing Reese to some big players in entertainment and fashioned the goal to push her bold modeling ambitions into the stratosphere. But let's be honest, it's hard to sell this as a savvy career move when all people see are videos of you making it rain in a club. Critics weren't exactly lining up to applaud her business acumen, calling it a blatant attempt to stern. Of course, social media lost its collective mind. Platforms like X, formerly Twitter, lit up with hashtags like Angel Reese and Strip Club Gate trending. For hours, fans were split right down the middle, blasting her for throwing away her reputation for cheap thrills. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Is this the future of women's basketball, from star athlete to tabloid fodder? It's the kind of public reaction that screams disappointment more than anything else. The timing couldn't have been worse. The WNBA has been on a mission to elevate its reputation with new TV deals and marketing campaigns designed to bring the league into the spotlight. Reese's antics felt like a slap in the face to those efforts, shifting attention away from the league's progress and back onto her personal life. For a sport fighting to be taken seriously, this wasn't just an embarrassing distraction. It was a full-blown derailment of everything the league had been working toward. But let's be real. This wasn't some isolated incident. The Miami strip club saga is just one chapter in Angel Reese's ongoing transformation into a full-blown influencer. Her Instagram is proof enough. Once upon a time, it was a celebration of her basketball journey, game highlights, training clips, and team camaraderie. Now it's practically a catalog of bikini shots, glamorous poses, and thirst traps. Sure, some fans admire her confidence and self-expression, but others are less than impressed. One fan's comment said it all: "You had the talent to be a face of basketball, and now you're just another Instagram model. What happened to the Angel Reese we looked up to?" And then there's the glaring contradiction. Reese has been vocal about hating how the media sexualizes female athletes, yet her posts often seem tailor-made to attract the very attention she criticizes. Critics are having a field day, with this one calling her out for playing both sides of the fence. Even her most loyal supporters are starting to question her motivations. If you're going to take a stand, at least make sure your actions back up your words, right? And then Angel Reese's decision to officially pursue a bold modeling career announced, and it marked yet another controversial chapter in her tumultuous journey. This wasn't a surprise to those who had been following her career closely over the past year. Her social media presence had become less about basketball and more about glamour, with posts featuring lavish outfits, bikini photo shoots, and endorsements for luxury brands. The announcement, however, confirmed what many had already suspected: Reese was moving away from her identity as an athlete and stepping into the world of modeling. The timing of this decision raised eyebrows. It came during the WNBA off-season, a time when most players are either training to improve their skills or participating in community initiatives. For Reese, it was an opportunity to solidify her new image. The backlash was immediate. Fans who had once cheered for her on the court expressed disappointment, seeing this as a blatant prioritization of fame and financial gain over her role as a professional athlete and role model. Social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, exploded with debates. One user wrote, "Is basketball just a side hustle for her now? Feels like she's more interested in Vogue than hoops." This shift in priorities wasn't just a personal choice. It was deeply tied to Reese's ongoing complaints about the unbiased pay structure. In an Instagram Live session earlier in the year, Reese openly criticized the league, stating that her salary didn't even cover her rent as of 2024. The WNBA average salary is around $75,000, with top players earning up to $200,000. Reese argued that this wasn't enough to sustain the kind of lifestyle she desired, especially in cities with high living costs like Chicago, where she was based. Her modeling career, she claimed, was a way to bridge that financial gap. Critics, however, saw this as more than just a financial decision. Many compared Reese's path to that of Caitlin Clark, who has remained steadfast in her dedication to basketball. Clark, who was instrumental in leading her team to a championship in the same year, faced criticism, has spent her off seasons working on her game and participating in youth basketball camps. This stark contrast has become a recurring theme in discussions about Reese. While Clark is celebrated for inspiring the next generation of players, Reese is often criticized for abandoning the sport in favor of building a personal brand.